Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and the Final Shape / Echoes Act 2 intel. And today, once again, is Friday, so we have our Friday weekly update. XUR has returned, as well as Trials of Osiris. So I'll give you a brief rundown on those two things, as well as all the other farms, glitches, and cheeses that you can use heading into the weekend if you haven't had a chance to play very much this week. Some interesting things as far as news is concerned in the Destiny community at the moment, so we'll also touch on those. But first, XUR today is selling the Mida Multi-Tool Catalyst. If you don't have the Mida, this is probably one of the better, in my opinion, overall, long-term PvP weapons in the game. This was absolutely amazing when D2 first launched, and I actually find that it hasn't really fallen off that much. There's been times where it's been better than others, but overall it's a very good weapon to have, and if you don't have the Catalyst, I would recommend picking it up as it makes it exponentially better than it already is. We have the Lumina Catalyst, which I haven't found myself using in a while, the Lumina that is, but the Catalyst will make certain builds for survivability just that much better. It is a go-to for PvE survivability builds. I think it plays very well with the new Warlock helmet, as it's always seemed to kind of pair well with all Warlock survivability builds. So also pick it up if you don't have it. We have the Mechaneer's Trick Sleeves for the Hunter with a 68 roll, actually a fairly decent stat distribution. May have liked to have seen strength more in mobility, but still with 68 you can build into this very easily. We have the Heart of Innermost Light for the Titan class, also a very decent roll, though I maybe would have liked to have seen the mobility and resilience, but also at 68 you can build into it fairly easily. Remember, all of these can be upgraded to Artifice Armor now if you have an Exotic Cipher, which you can get at rank 16 or over on the second page. And then we have the Sun Bracers for the Warlock class, also with the 68 rolls. So decent rolls across the board. Stat distribution on this isn't that good. The mobility is completely wasted. But also with 68, if you don't have a decent pair of Sun Bracers, you can build into these. Though I would maybe recommend saving your strange coins on this one if you are a Warlock this weekend. Unless, of course, you don't have it. Upgrade modules for the last strange, or let's call them, I guess it's the multivarious strange offers. So unfortunately, no Artifice Armor this week again. Who knows when we'll see it again? I really hope it comes back soon. We will also be getting another update to XUR, I believe on August 22nd, which is going to include another great item, which I'm sure most people are going to be lusting after, but we'll talk about that in just a minute. We'll cover the more strange offers first. Remember, your Favor of the Nine buff, still I think kind of bugged and is not account-wide as of yet, but we have our strange coin offering from Bungie for those people who were being affected by the glitch Favor of the Nine bug. You have your free strange coins available still. This is a one-time offering, remember. We have Ascendant Alloy for 71 strange coins. We have enhancement cores for 5 strange coins. That's 5 enhancement cores. We have 7 enhancement cores for 11 strange coins. Really bad deal on enhancement cores if you ask me. But then we have Glimmer, 30,000 Glimmer roughly for 7 strange coins. And we have 41,000 Glimmer for 11 strange coins. I always find the Glimmer offers to be much better. And I'm sure most people are going to be using Glimmer a lot more these days. So I always think that this is actually one of the best Glimmer deals and Glimmer farms currently in the game. Can't be said for enhancement cores. Remember, if you're looking for the best place to spend strange coins in order to get your Favor of the Nine buff, I always recommend the strange gift because you can get all types of stuff. Sometimes you will get blue armor occasionally, but more often you can get upgrade modules. I believe you can even get enhancement cores, and you can get raid banners. So good stuff on the strange repeatable offers. Remember, you can also get red borders from the strange Ingrams now. So keep that in mind. It's actually very much worth ranking up Xur. Over on our strange gear offers page, we have our Hawkmoon, of course. Remember, Hawkmoon is always available here until Bungie gives it a new exotic mission. It used to have an exotic mission. It was removed, unfortunately. This one with polymer grip. But until then, like the Dead Man's Tale was, it will be offered at Xur. Dead Man's Tale's exotic mission, the Presage, has been added back to the game, so it is no longer at Xur. We have the Huckleberry submachine gun. I have not used this in a while, but I do know it is fairly good with certain builds. We have the Lord of Wolves shotgun, everybody's favorite troll weapon. It is still good in PvP. I don't know about Trials of Osiris, but if you've never used Lord of Wolves, it's essentially a shotgun that works like a fusion rifle. So, a very good weapon. I don't really find I use it or would use it for PvE at the moment, but let me know in the comment section down below if you're somebody who likes rocking the Lord of Wolves in PvE versus PvP. And then we have the Thunderlord, a weapon that everybody should have in their arsenal. Definitely pick it up if you don't have it. This with the Catalyst is amazing for boss damage as well as ad clear. It also has the intrinsic overload champion buff on it, so you can just throw this on in a lot of GMs or other endgame activity where you might be facing a champion and be pretty well off. And like I said, it's really great for boss damage, so it's always sort of a go-to at the beginning of any endgame content until you work out what the exact meta is. It's always a great replacement for not knowing exactly what you should do. Just throw on the Thunderlord and you should be alright. So definitely pick up the Thunderlord if you don't have one. For legendary weapons, we have a Cold Denial with Pulse Monitor and Unrelenting. We have the Extraordinary Rendition with Firmly Planted and One for All. We have a Hollow Words with Killing Wind and Backup Plan. We have a Cartesian Coordinate with Feeding Frenzy and Snapshot. You're definitely going to want to pick this one up this week. Also comes with a Charge Time Masterwork. The Cartesian is just one of, and is still one of the best fusion rifles in the game for both PvE and PvP. It's great for burst damage. This is, I would say, a slightly more PvP focused weapon, but still decent for PvE. Feeding Frenzy is a great perk. Snapshot Sight really isn't great for PvE, but great for PvP. And Accelerated Coils, so this is going to be about as fast of a charge time as possible. And I do like the red dot micro sight. So yeah, very good for PvP this roll, and I would still say a 8 out of 10 for PvE. But one of the best rolls we've seen on that in quite some time. This can also be brought by Banshee 44, or at least it used to be able to, but I haven't seen one in a while, at least a season. We have this sword, the Steel whatever Z14, can't pronounce that name, with Heavy Guard, Tireless Blade, and Assassin's Blade. We have the Temptation Hook with Burst Guard, Relentless Strike, and Whirlwind Blade. And then we have an Eternity's Edge for the Warlock with Infinite Guard, Tireless Blade, and Surrounded. For Warlock armor, nothing too great across the board. Decent pair of gauntlets, half-decent chest piece. Let me know in the comments section down below if there was anything good for the Titan or the Hunter class. Remember, as I said before, to pick up your exotic cipher to upgrade all your exotic armor to Artifice level. If you don't know exactly what I'm talking about, you can just get a extra slot. So it'll essentially make your exotic armor Artifice level armor. You need an exotic cipher, of course, to do this upgrade, and you need to reach energy rank 10 first. And that is going to be it for all the information regarding Xur today. We are now going to make our way over to Saint 14. Stop at Banshee 44 really quick. And then cover all the other stuff that you can farm out this week. And one more thing before I get to Banshee's loot for today, in regards to Xur, remember that now we will have exotic class items available from Xur starting on August 22nd, I believe. There will be an exotic class item for sale on the very first day, Bungie has confirmed, and then it will be a rotation. You'll either have an exotic class item or you will have an exotic cipher, so I'm assuming they're going to appear on the same page as the exotic cipher, but instead you will have an exotic class item. So now you will guarantee yourself an exotic class item. It should be every couple of weeks or so. You will still need to have completed the dual Destiny mission in order to collect said exotic class item, or you will always see an exotic cipher. But that's a big upgrade to Xur, and I look forward to it. I think it's going to really make the whole conversation around exotic class items much more settled. From Banshee, we have the Number Auto Rifle with Field Prep and Sympathetic Arsenal. We have a Spare Rations with Subsistence, Kill Clip, and Disaster Plan. Not a bad Spare Rations for PvP. We have the Vision Sidearm with Pulse Monitor and Elemental Capacitor. We have a Far Future Sniper Rifle with Lead from Gold and Frenzy. And then we have a Negative Space with Burst Guard, Tireless Blade, and Disruption Break. Before we head over to Saint 14, I also wanted to just stop off at Zavala really quick. Remember, we now have the attunement for all of the weapons. I believe these are the Brave Arsenal weapons from Onslaught. And there might be a glitch where you can actually get these from just playing strikes as well. I'm not totally sure, as I've had people tell me that they've been getting a mountaintop from strikes, though they might have just been confused. I'll do some testing on that. But still, all of these available from Onslaught now. For this week's Adept weapon from GMs, we have the Undercurrent. I did post a guide on the Luminality dungeon this week, or excuse me, strike. It's not a dungeon. So if you're looking for a way to get through that and hopefully get yourself the Adept version of the Undercurrent, or if you're just looking for a normal version of the Undercurrent, you can do the regular Nightfalls on any difficulty up to GM. You'll only be able to get the Adept from the GM. It's actually a really good grenade launcher, wave frame grenade launcher, so pick it up if you don't have it. We still have our seasonal event. Solstice of Heroes with some decent weapons. Remember, we have the Fortunate Star, we have the Something New hand cannon, the Crowning Dialogue rocket launcher, and the Compass Rose. I would say all of these are decent weapons. I believe the bow is actually very, very good. If you're looking for silver leaves, remember you can still farm out the Crucible private match playlist as a solo player. You can do that completely AFK if you want. Or if you're with another player, you can load up the first mission on Neptune. And do that farm, the first contact mission. You just have to load the checkpoint right before you get into the drop pods. If you're looking for any information on either one of those farms, links that I've made on those particular subjects will be in the top right corner or at the end of this video. Links for videos I've made on those, of course. Remember also, if you get the Passage of Persistence and you're playing in a 3-man group, you will not lose any progress after 3 wins. So once you get to 3 wins, you will only ever stay where you are, I believe. It's the Passage of Persistence. Might be the Passage of Mercy. But in any case, if you're playing in a 3-man group, you can always get the Adept weapon so long as you get 7 wins. If you take a loss, you will just stay where you are. I believe that's after 3 wins. And the weapon for this week is the XUR'S Adept, which I'm sure a lot of people are going to be chasing after. It's actually a really good weapon for both PvE and PvP. And remember, if you're just looking to get to rank 10 in order to get an XUR'S, you can do the AFK farm for trials bounties simply by watching a streamer play trials, and we will have a link to my buddy Sinister or my buddy DJ's live stream in the pinned comment or in the description box. They'll be definitely streaming Trials of Osiris at some time over the weekend. So you can just tune in there, and simply by viewing their live streaming, having your Bungie and Twitch account linked, you'll be able to get free Twitch gear, and that works even if you don't own the current DLC of the Final Shape, which is required in order to play Trials of Osiris, but is not required in order to get the loot from Trials of Osiris. So make sure to check out that. Also, some other great weapons still available that you can get. I always like the Incisor Trace Rifle for PvE. And that is going to conclude all the information in today's video. Hopefully you found something in this video helpful. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and turn on the bell to post notifications so you never miss out on any future Destiny 2 content like this. You can also follow me on Instagram or Twitter. They'll be linked in the description box down below, as well as a link to any of those live streams I mentioned. Remember, any of those things also enter you into any future giveaways on this YouTube channel. We do one every 1,000 subscribers, so you never want to miss out. And when and if we reach 100,000 subscribers, we'll be giving away an Xbox or a PlayStation or a video card if you play on PC. If you've watched till this point in the video, you can leave a hashtag XUR or a hashtag the Final Shape or a hashtag Echoes or a hashtag Solstice of Heroes or a hashtag Trials of Osiris in the comments section down below for another entry into the next giveaway for this video. Any comment you leave about any one particular topic that we talked about today will also enter you into any future giveaway. Remember, I do that on all videos, so if you haven't done this on a previous piece of content on this channel, you can always go back, check out another video, and of course do it again. And once more, I'm Wilhelm Scream. Hopefully everybody has a great weekend, and of course we will see you next time.